Welcome to the Sports on Prime. I'm Gary Al Smith. Today we have news from Ghana and around the globe, including some political ones as well. Thank you for your time. We begin with Papa Kwesi Ndoum, PPP candidate, presidential candidate, but this time dabbling in sports as he tends to do. This time he's admonishing the league board to be truthful in their passing of pitches for matches. What's it about? Let's hear him.
Technically, we are running a professional league. Whether the standards that we are using fit that definition, that one, you know, I know. We know that we're not where we should be. And it's not just one person or one team or two teams. It's the entire league. And so we must face facts. So when we know that strange things are done for people to win where they shouldn't. And some people sit somewhere and say it's not true. Well, I don't know where they are. But we know that we must work on professional grounds, but across board. There are some playing fields that we go to. You ask yourself, some people went to this location and said that they went to do an assessment to see if this field is ready as grounds for a Premier League match. You go there and you know that this one doesn't qualify. So why should they pass it and say it's okay? So we must be truthful, we must be clear and direct so that we can begin to make the changes that are required. If we just gloss over things and say it's all right, it's all right, it's all right, what we do here will continue to be mediocre, which is what it is. But we want more exciting soccer, we want entertaining soccer, but we also want association football that will be credible enough to attract major sponsorships.
So that's for Papa Kwesi Ndoum and his thoughts on things. However, we are about 8 months to the FIFA World Cup, the end of the FIFA World Cup. It begins in June. That will be just about 7 months, and then it goes all the way till July. What happens to the Ghana Premier League in that time? Don't forget that FIFA has a rule that stipulates that during the World Cup there should be no domestic leagues going on. But with the Ghana Premier League having even not started, and with us not even knowing when it's going to begin, there definitely will be a break at some point. It's a question that has been asked of the Premier League board and the Ghana Football Association. And finally, we have a definite answer. Here's Ashford Tetteh-Oku, who is the Premier League board chairman.
Well, as we speak now, we just completed a 3-year program, hoping that by the 3rd year we would come back to the synchronized calendar. As to whether the league will be suspended for or whatever for the World Cup, I'm not aware. We've done our program, our fixtures, and it's gone to the FA. I'm sure they will be meeting this week or next, and once the approval comes, it will be formally unveiled. You are aware that the June 8th or whatever is going on. I think they will end on the 21st or so of January. And then probably within 2 or 3 weeks, because we have to clear the champion of champions and then the gala if it comes on. After that, I'm sure we are set to roll.
But we're sure that the league will end before the World Cup kicks off?
We will try and get the first round behind us. Well, that's around May. And then probably June, July, where depending upon the consultation with the clubs, I'm sure we should be able to know what we do with the second round. But I can assure you we'll have a complete season.
So the synchronized calendar will return in about 2 or 3 years. 3 years said Kwesi Nyantakyi, and now Ashford Tetteh-Oku says it's going to be in 3 years. So we are waiting for that as well. One of the teams we should be looking out for in the new season will be Asante Kotoko Steve Pollack and his newly appointed assistant Akakpo Patron. It's an ex-player. Older viewers will remember the combination that was very, very, very interesting to note for Asante Kotoko between Mahmoud and Akakpo Patron and Maxwell Konedu back in the day. So let's hear from the new assistant coach of the Porcupine Warriors.
I was very, very happy when they approached him in the As a matter of fact, he did not hesitate in the house to accept it. I think it is a place that I will still continue to learn more in my coaching career, and then to learn more about it, to have the knowledge of the coaching more also, because Kotoko is a great team, and being a great team, there are a lot of things to learn from every great team. And this is where also legends are being raised up, champions are being raised up. So I must say that I'm very, very pleased coming back to Asante Kotoko. The zeal and the passion is still inside me. For the past years that I have played as a footballer, now being a coach is giving me back to these young ones, which also I can. So for sure, Polak also being my boss, I will stick to his philosophy. This is all why when I was with my former place, I've been working with coaches who have come and go, and then the help that I used to give them, I used to do, learning also from them. So I'm sure he's a very good man that I've seen from far, and hopefully we all work together and achieve the goal that we are looking up to coming this season.
So, away from local football, we go to some African Cup of Nations news. The next one will be held in Cameroon, or at least that's the plan for 2019. The Confederation of African Football are set to send an independent inspection team to verify the readiness of Cameroon ahead of the tournament. There's been so much problems, especially since Ahmad came into office. Some have said that because Issa Hayat to push for Cameroon to host their AFCON, there's been a plan to get them not to host it, and then for that AFCON to be taken to Morocco. Ahmed has always said that it is not the case, even going as far as putting assurances ahead for everybody that an independent team will be made to verify their readiness.
The president of African football's ruling body, CAF, has once again issued a warning to Cameroon about the country's readiness to stage the 2019 finals. Earlier this year, Cameroon had to deny it was behind in its preparations, and that was before the Nations Cup was expanded from 16 to 24 teams. CAF President Ahmad says Cameroon's ability to host will largely depend on the results of an independent inspection visit by an auditing firm early next year.
If the host country is unable to organise it, we will find a country that will organise it. The authorities of the country, right up to the head of state, have always confirmed to us that they will be ready. We'll leave it up to the host country to work with an independent private firm without any influence whatsoever. It is up to them to provide us with the information that will enable us to say that Cameroon will be ready or Cameroon will not be ready.
So let's go abroad to see what's happening in the English League Cup. As we know, Arsenal have gone into the semi-final, becoming the first to do so, winning 1-0 against West Ham. Man City also needed penalties to beat Leicester City in a very interesting game. Today, though, we have Chelsea playing, and then it's the Blues that are up on AFC Bournemouth, and Bristol City are drawing Man United, both at halftime.